Pleasant good morning. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located in Frederick, Colorado, just 30 minutes from Denver International Airport. Today, I'm excited to bring you a used 2022 Freightliner M2112, guys. Yes, it's an M2112, and it is the Summit Hauler conversion. This one previously sold a few months ago. Customer decided they wanted to go a different route, buy property instead of moving around the state. When he first bought it, it only had 3,000 miles on it. Drove it to Ohio, which put another couple thousand miles on it, and he did one little trip. So right now this truck only has 11,000 miles. So we're gonna go take a look around this truck. There is a big upgrade to the hitch, and that one was customized right here at this location. And we're gonna talk about that hitch as well. And of course, this awesome looking truck. So for all those people out there who always look for used 112s, not worrying about paying that FET tax, this one is FET tax free. And of course, we'll talk about that as we walk around this truck. So let's take a great look at this truck right now. Just came in store yesterday, and believe it or not, it has run through our shop. That's one of the good things we do. Even though it's semi-new, we're still running through the shop, make sure everything is in working condition. There is no leaks, filters, oils, and all that stuff has been changed. Make sure everything, like I said, is in working condition. Again, it is a Summit Hauler conversion, 2022. So you have that front end grille designed by the C9 company, and you guys can see the stamp right here. Of course, a 3-piece bumper. Again, that's one of the great things about Freightliner, having that 3-piece bumper. If any damage on any of those pieces, you could change them individually. This one does come with tow hooks, but it is located underneath the hood. But you have the slots here to put that tow hooks if needed. LED headlamps on each side. Again, you do have some really awesome headlights here. And then we're gonna take a look underneath that hood. All right, I did mention, guys, it is the M2112. So this one does carry the Detroit diesel DD13 and also partner with the Allison it's a 4000 series TRV 6-speed automatic transmission. This unit produces 505 horsepower and 1850 foot-pounds of torque. So 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. The Detroit diesel is built to pull heavy loads, so people who tend to go with the 112s are people who tend to pull heavier loads and want that power with that truck. Again, it has been run through the shop. We did what they call a used vehicle inspection, and this truck, believe it or not, even though it came in yesterday, it is ready and set to leave the lot today. So it's one of those things that Transwest put pride in. Whenever we get used or new vehicles in, we run it through our shop and make sure everything is in working condition. This one does come with a cargo light over the engine, so if in case you are working on this truck in the night, there is a switch inside. You flip that switch and that light will come on. Again, very easy, so you don't have to have extra lights coming in. Again, with this hood, it is a bigger hood compared to the 106, but it's the same concept. Very easy to push, and it does have that soft close. Right now, I'm not holding it, and all you guys got to do is just give it that extra push. And remember, there's 2 tie downs on each side. Remember to strap those down when you're done using it to ensure that you are driving down the road safely. The tires on those are Michelin tires. Those are 275 80R 22.5s. Again, with Transwest and Summit Haulers, we do have auto balancers on all 4 corners of this truck, so the 2 front tires and between the 2 back tires as well. Auto balancers, it will auto balance the vehicle while driving, of course, save you the wear and tear on your tires, so you have longer lasting tires with that being on there. Again, people always ask, can I do it after the fact if I have a different conversion? Yes, we do have those in stock here at our location, so you could always call Transwest and order some of those auto balancers. Engine block heater, so like days like today, you're not using your vehicle and it's pretty cold. You will hook that in and warm up the engine, keep everything nice and warm in there. Again, this one does come with a 13-gallon DEF tank, and it's all filled up from our store before leaving here. And of course, you have your dual tanks, 50 gallons on each side. This one does come with that 100-gallon tank. I did show you a video recently on a 23-112 we had in, and then the setup was a little bit different, where you had the diesel tank over here and the DEF tank in the back here. So you had that space to give you 150 gallons in total. So with this particular design, it is a little bit different. So you have 100 gallons on this one. Right now I got some of those lights on, those marker lights, and you guys can see that right now. Again, if it gets darker, you guys could see this truck coming from afar. So that's one of the cool things about having those lights on here. This one that's coming for trickle charger. It's located on the side of those steps. You plug that in when you're not using the vehicle, and it will charge those batteries for you when needed. Again, you do have storage boxes throughout this unit. They do light up as well. And then that front box here does have a L line for plugging in for air to put in your tires or in any of your toys, like I mentioned. Another smaller storage box in the back end here, and it's the same size on both sides, the same size. So you'll have the same size back storage box on either side. Dual tires. Again, I did mention those auto balancers in the back end, so they are located between those two tires, as you guys could see. This bed is an aluminum bed, not the steel bed. So again, a longer lasting bed. So the previous owner needed a bigger hitch. He mentioned that he wanted something more heavier duty, where he could pull more heavy loads. So this one is if I remember well, a 45,000 pound hitch. And when we installed it, we had to customize the bed a little bit. As you guys can see, it does have a perfect fit on here. This is a 45,000 pound hitch. Again, you guys can see the label up here, ET Hitch. Very easy. It does have airbags on there as well. And we did put the auto leveler system on this hitch, so you don't have to come out and add or release air on that hitch as well. So similar to what we do to the Hensley Trailer Saver hitches, we put the auto level kit on that truck. So once you back your trailer into that hitch, it would auto level itself out with the amount of air going in the airbags. We got a 7-pin hookup here for your trailer, your bumper pull hitch down here, and of course your Voyager camera system adapter. So if you want to send another camera to the screen, you have the adapter right here. So this customer also wanted the glide hands hooked up on his truck. So this is one of the perfect places, and I love that we have this one on this truck. So we kind of point out areas to put those glide hands when needed. So it's in a perfect location, and we came up with that idea because there's not much or any place you could put those glide hands. So we decided putting it away from the step, but easy to access as well. So those glide hands are mounted up on that truck, so it's ready and set to go for any trailer with air brakes. Again, this bed on this truck was spray bed line, so you guys can see the wear and tear on this truck. There was not much done with this truck anyway, so it's still in perfect condition. Backup camera for your trailer, nice view. We'll see that inside when we go in. And we'll see the view of this even with the outside being a little gloomy. Perfect view at night as well, so it does have that night vision. We do have the other 50-gallon tank located over here. Again, when you're driving into the gas station, going to the truck stops, you have dual nozzles to fill up your tanks. It's very easy and quick to do that. So once you drive into a truck stop, you have to fill up on both sides. When the truck is sitting for a while, it will level itself out. So typically you will end up putting the same amount of fuel in each tank as you go. Did I lock myself in again? All right, so I'm going to open up the doors. So we're going to go inside now. Kind of show you guys the back seat. Whew, it's getting chilly out here. So the back bench here, you do have that back bench turned into a bed. Again, it is DOT certified for a bed. With this switch, will be located on the door. So you could go all the way down. And as you guys can see, as the seat goes down, the two-tone seat we put on this one with the black and gray, it actually suits the interior pretty well. And that was one of the things that sold my customer pretty much. So this is a really nice combination of colors, especially how the whole interior come together. Yes, the exterior might be red, and I did have a truck in the past that had that red seat with the gray inserts. But with this, the way the interior is designed with a carbon fiber with the gray and black, those seats come in they match very well. Again, very easy. We do have an inverter on this truck, so you have 2 110 plugins, 4 USB, and 2 12 volts. Underneath that seat, you got an awesome subwoofer with controls in the front and plays really, really nice sound. Amplifier will be in the back. So we're gonna jump inside. Now it's nice and warm inside. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff we have up front. Like I said, this vehicle has 11,000 miles, so the actual mileage is 11,368 miles. And as we look at our dash here, you guys could see everything is lit up. So you have your all temp water transmission, you got your RPMs. Of course, you have your fuel tank. So right now it's almost on full. Your depth gauge right here, which you see 4 squares of green. As it gets empty, it will go down. And then once it reaches orange, just know you got to fill up pretty quick. Once it turns red, that will be in a bad spot. So I would always recommend, once those green lights start to diminish, I would add more depth to it. Just keep it topped off. And then you have your primary and secondary air gauges over here. Of course, once it's in the white, you guys are, all the tanks are full and good. Once you start up, let's say you don't use this vehicle for a long time, let's say for a couple of days or whatnot, most times the air will release out of those tanks. So once you start it up, you will hear beeping, and just check your primary and secondary air gauges. If it's in the red, just allow it to fill up while the vehicle is running, and it will go all the way to the white, and then that beeping will stop. So just know it's not any warning signs or anything like that. It's just that the air tanks are being filled up, especially if you haven't driven this vehicle for a while. You have your Allison transmission right here. Reverse, neutral, and drive. Neutral is your park with your parking brake up. This one does have a safety feature. If that parking brake is down and then you open the door, you will get that beeping constantly here saying that the parking brake is not set. We do have an option as well. If you have that parking brake down, and when you open the door, the horn will sound as well. So we have 2 options when it comes to that safety feature. The horn is the worst because it's so loud when that parking brake is released. So once any door is open and that parking brake is released, you know your parking brake has not been engaged. So you have your trailer brake air supply switch right here. So once you have your trailer hooked up, you release that air, and then you could go down the road with your trailer. Up here we got a few different switches. We got your marker light, you got your cruise control. You turn that on You set it and then you accelerate, and you guys could hear the difference right now. So when you're warming up sometimes and you want a quicker warm up, you could actually do that. Cancel and then turn off. You have your manual regen switch right here. Your traction switch over here. This one is all your power windows, 2 for the front, 2 for the back, and of course your power locks. The optional switch. This is the spotlight inside the engine I showed you guys earlier. So if you want more light, or if you want light working in the engine at night, you could turn that switch on and it will actually turn that light in there on. Heated mirrors, you got some charging options here. Of course, your test light. Larry spoke about that yesterday, but again, with this new addition to those Freightliners, having that light test button, when you hook up to your trailer or just have your truck running, if you switch that light test button on, it will shut off the stereo. You will hear this beeping sound. So I call this a countdown. Once that countdown goes all the way down, you will get the alert. It's almost like a 10-second countdown. So now that it did that, outside all the lights will be blinking. So I don't know if you guys could see the lights on the trailer right now. We're actually seeing that bright lights hitting the trailer. But again, all the lights on that truck will be blinking and on your trailer to make sure all your lights are in working condition. If one of your lights are blown out, you could mark those with a piece of tape. When you reach a certain location, if you could change it out, or if you go to service and have it changed out, that'll be perfect. At least mark those lights and know which light is burned out. Once you're done with that light test, you come back inside, you turn it off, everything will come back to life, your stereo will come back to life, and the truck will be ready to head down the road. With the Stinger stereo sound system, this one does come with Apple Android capability. It also have XM radio. This one also comes with navigation, and of course, all your different FM, AM, and Bluetooth technology as well. So a nice, awesome stereo that we believe in, and it's awesome. Again, this is what your navigation looks like. And again, you could use your phone via this spot down here. This spot, once you put your USB plug-in in here and plug in your phone, it will go automatically to the screen. And of course, with your different apps you have on your phone, Waze, Google Maps, all that stuff will be able to work on that screen. When it comes to AC and heat, right now it's a little bit cold outside, so we need inside to be a little bit hot or warm. You have your red for hot, your blue for cold, and of course your different modes and settings. And here is your circulator, in-air circulator, and of course your different fan levels. Over up here is your red AC and heat. So the red is for heat, and of course this switch right here is for the different fan levels. So it's a high, medium, and low. Well, high, medium, low. So you'll actually hear the fan blowing to the different levels, so you'll know exactly how high the fans are. If the switch is in the middle with none of the lights illuminated, that means your rear AC is off. You have a rear dump switch here, and of course your rear differential lock switch right next to it. This one does come with a J brake, so this is your engine brake right here. Everything is clearly labeled so you could see. So bring it up is high, and all the way down is your low level. So all 6 cylinders kicking in on your engine brake, and 3 cylinders kicking in on your low setting. All your light switches are on the left side and above the key. The top will turn on all your lights, and of course the bottom is just your parking lights. That's why we didn't see the headlights earlier. And of course you have a increase and a decrease button up here. I don't know if you guys can see it very clearly, but this one will actually change the levels of the lighting on your dash once all the lights are turned on. So this is a nice little way of getting that nicer feeling and not too bright of lights coming in your face while driving at night. Also, your Voyager camera system screen, they also have a level of bringing it down or making it brighter or lighter, so it doesn't affect your eye while driving. And if it's too much for you, you don't really care what's going on back there, you could actually turn that screen off. But again, a lot of people like that screen being on. Again, you can see the amount of coverage that camera takes. So even though you have your trailer up here, you can still see the sides of your truck and trailer when driving down the road. So nice view up here. This truck could actually hold 4 cameras in total. So right now we have 1. This button right here will actually switch you to the different cameras. If you have a second camera, third camera, or fourth camera, then after that it's going to split the screens in 2. The next one will split it in 3. Number 1 camera will always be your main camera. And of course, if you have 2 other cameras, it will be a smaller view. And of course, 4 cameras will give you each individual view here. And of course, you could go back to your number 1 camera. This one does have an air horn, microphone for your telephone, nice storage compartments up here. And of course, our awesome lights. You got some reading lights here. And of course, we got a mood light, which actually works awesome at night. Give you that infinity lighting, I call it, which creates this nice ambience when driving. A few things about those front seats right now. We do have the option of having massage seats on a future build if you give us enough time to do that. This truck does come with heated seats, air ride seats, and of course, massaging seats on there. And this is your remote. Your passenger or driver has that same remote. You will turn that on. You have 3 different zones and 4 different options here. You have a zigzag, you have a wave, you have a pulse. And of course, you have intensity. You could actually decrease the intensity or increase it. And of course, the speed as well. Once you're not using that, you could turn it off and store it in this little pocket right next to your seatbelt hook up here. Armrests on both sides, they are adjustable. You could go up or down. Your seats, of course, could go back a bit, and of course, straighten up. And it's so comfortable. When my customer came to pick it up, the drive to Ohio, he had a great time driving this truck. He was kind of sad they had to let go of it, but they decided to buy a piece of property instead. So this truck is available if... Oh, we got a question. Yeah, so we do have that CB radio antenna on the mirror outside of the driver. All the wiring will be behind this Voyager camera system. Typically, customers who decide to install a CB radio will install it up here, so that's why the wiring is typically behind our Voyager camera system. So the answer to that question is yes, it is pre-wired for CB radio and CB radio. The antenna is already installed, wiring is behind here. And if you guys want it installed, we could get it done right here at the store, hook it up right here, or if you decide to bring it closer down here, whatever your choice may be, we could actually run it wherever you want that CB radio installed. So yes, it is pre-wired for a CB radio. We typically don't put CB radios in because not everybody like to have a CB radio. And of course, it will keep the cost down a little bit. But again, if in case you guys want it, that's why we pre-install those antennas for CB radio. You got some great lighting under here. Again, at night, those red lights are built for that. So you could actually read at night with not having the bright lights on. And of course, if you need some more reading lights, you have that in both front and back of that truck. The vents for your rear AC and heat, you have one on each side. Again, it is adjustable as needed. And like I talked about, the lights in the back, you have those lights here as well. So this has been our used 2022 11,368 miles Summit Hauler conversion M2112. This one is FET tax exempt because the first owner paid for that. So if you're looking for a newer 112 with 505 horsepower, 1850 foot-pounds of torque. This truck is available. If you guys have more questions for me, thank you to that question about the CB radio. You guys could give me a call. My cell is 661-755-4344. You guys could also reach me via email, marlon.bledman@transwest.com. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. If you guys have any questions or you guys are interested in test driving this unit, feel free, give me a call, show up. We'll be able to take you on the road with this beautiful, beautiful truck. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another video.